Would you say 2018 was a pretty long year?
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about stuff that happened at the beginning of 2018. I'm like, no, that was like 4 years ago.
That was like 20 years ago.
That was like 130 years ago.
But we're actually going to be talking about something that happened before that, because we actually started the Banjo-Kazooie Let's Play before 2018.
Yeah, it was like November 2017, something like that. It was November.
But I think we can include it in this end of the year, talk about what happened, sort of thing.
Yeah, we're going to do that because the 2017 wasn't really a full year. Hey, how about you introduce what this is before we go further in?
This is just going to be us talking about the videos that we've done over the past year, basically how we feel about them.
It's our post-mortem, because now our channel's dead. Wait, no, I mean 2018's dead.
Rip.
Yeah.
So,
rip in peace.
First Let's Play that we did together was Banjo-Kazooie.
Before we talk about Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, first one we did for this channel, because there was a few times...
I don't even want to talk about
We're not going to go super deep into it, but this is...
This is not the first Let's Play we've done.
This is the first kind of thing I really consider successful, as far as this sort of thing.
Yeah. Oh, God. Okay, anyway, no, but this isn't... Banjo-Kazooie wasn't even the first one you tried to do for this channel. Because before that, like the week before that, you were like, oh, Tommy, you got to come over. You're going to be on my Let's Play show. And I was like, that sounds great. That sounds like a ton of fun. And I came over, and the first thing we were going to do was Super Mario 64.
Right.
Which we still haven't done. But, and this is probably why. But I came over, and you were like, we're going to do that. I was like, cool. What do you got to drink? And Levi goes into his cabinet, and he's like, all I got is this big old bottle of Captain Morgan. I drank half of it that night. I was so fucking blasted. I don't even hardly remember recording that video. It was terrible. And so, thank goodness we didn't upload that.
I do plan on going back to Mario 64 eventually, and I have an idea for it, but that won't be for a good while.
That's totally fine.
Maybe some point later this year.
Yeah.
But as far as actual stuff that's on the channel, we have Banjo-Kazooie.
We did come back, and then we did end up doing Banjo-Kazooie. Which was... Banjo-Kazooie is great. I felt really good about all those videos.
I really like it. I put a lot more effort into the thumbnails for it than I have the other ones.
Yeah, it's the only one with actual thumbnails.
What I did was that I went to the different areas, and I went into first-person mode, and used recordings of that. And then after that, I just cropped out any UI stuff that would have been on there and just stretched it out a little bit.
Oh, wow. I see that. So, yeah, and then you Photoshop the logo on over it. But, yeah. It's crazy. I'm looking at it now, and the Banjo-Kazooie show episodes there was only 15 episodes, which, and they're the same length as most of the other shows we've done.
These are actually noticeably longer, because you'll notice that Freeze Easy Peak right there is 45 minutes long.
Oh my god. Okay.
So yeah, I've been trying to go for somewhere between 15 and 20 minutes for other videos, because some of them we were getting noticeably fatigued near the end.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, never mind, then it's about the same amount of content.
But there was the whole nightmare thing of getting to the very end of Click Clock Wood and having the recording software bug out.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it didn't bug out. I accidentally did something wrong, and we lost the visual footage.
But not the...
audio, but that meant it was kind of useless.
Yeah, and so we explained it in the actual video itself, but you had to go back through the game.
I had to play through the entire game because I would normally save rotate, but it doesn't allow for that. You can't copy one save file to another because of the whole learning stuff about Gruntilda is based on the save file that you're using.
So you had to go back through all the way up to that point, and then we had to pretend like we had never done this before until we got to the point where we were talking to... what's your sister's name? Brentilda. And you were like, alright, for real, this is useless because... And then you explained everything we just said, but...
Other than that one thing and that one Jiggy and Rusty Bucket Bay that I completely missed over, I would say I'm pretty happy with how it turned out overall.
What Jiggy and Rusty Bucket Bay?
There was an area we went into, and there was a Jiggy right in the corner that I just didn't see, and then left without it, and then we spent let's see, how long are those? We spent 15-20 minutes off camera just running around the entire stage trying to find it.
Oh, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, Rusty Bucky Bay was fucking awful anyway. So, but yeah. So yeah, I felt really good about that one.
Let's see. Is the cat dying in the background being picked up by Audacity?
I don't know. Like, comment, and subscribe if the cat's dying in the background.
But yeah, overall, I had fun playing the game. I had fun recording, and I'm glad with how it turned out overall.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. In fact, when I'm talking to people, I'm like, yeah, you should watch our channel. Just start with Banjo-Kazooie. It's great. It's all around good time.
I'm glad that it was a good first step. It helps that the game itself is also really good.
I like that my reaction at the end. You couldn't see me, obviously, but my reaction at the end when
was very dramatic.
Yes, when it turns out that there's more game to play. Like, I was trying to do an outro for the whole series that we'd just done, and then they were like, "No, there's still more game to play," and I was just blown away by that.
That was genuine.
Yeah, that was real. And then I threw a fit during the whole final battle because I had to pee really, really badly.
Okay.
All right.
I got that. Let's see. We haven't really done any short solo videos lately. We've just one video of something.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I was actually thinking about that recently.
But we did do Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I'm thinking maybe eventually going back to that.
Maybe. That game's... I don't know. That game's really fucking hard.
It can be, yes.
I mean, it might be worth playing it again just for... I don't know. We'll figure that out.
Maybe a solo endeavor. I don't know.
I don't know.
There's so much other stuff to do.
Yeah.
Let's see, there was Tommy's favorite game for the channel.
Oh, the Bouncer. The Bouncer. Oh my god, that game. I want that. I actually do want to revisit. I do want to go back to the Bouncer because that game is just so ridiculous and there's so much that we haven't seen.
There is a bunch of ridiculous stuff in it that I like, but the problem is that the game itself, actually playing it, is not good.
Oh yeah, it looked like it was a terrible game.
It's bad.
But it was so enjoyable to see all that.
Let's see, they really awkwardly named one. Let's try Happy Tree Friends, False Alarm.
Okay.
You're the one that wanted to do that one specifically.
Yes, I wanted to do the Happy Tree Friends game. And I want to talk... I don't know if we told the story in the channel about... That video has
way too many views.
Way too many views.
Because people accidentally clicked on it because all of the available thumbnails had available from YouTube when I was making it, and was of the cutscenes, so it was just people trying to find the cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly. Because the game is called Happy Tree Friends False Alarm, and the episode is called Happy Tree Friends False Alarm, the actual cartoon. And yeah, and then the thumbnail is of the cartoon itself. And so, but the video right now is called Let's Try Happy Tree Friends False Alarm, but it was just called Happy Tree Friends False Alarm.
Yeah, I try to better communicate that this is not the kind of video you're looking for.
Yeah, which should be easily conveyed by the fact that it's over half an hour long.
Yeah, Happy Tree Friends episodes aren't really that long.
No, they're about 3 or 4 minutes. But whatever. We got 100-something views on that, and I'm actually really curious, like, how many people actually stuck around. Probably none of them.
Probably.
But if you are, like, comment, and subscribe, even though you already did all that stuff.
So next we have your first LP at the controls.
Yeah, it was Ape Escape.
That was a technical nightmare.
Ape Escape. I love how the videos turned out, because I thought it was really funny. But yeah, actually recording that was such a pain in the ass.
It wasn't the recording, it was all the stuff about making it not involving the recording.
Really? I thought that the problem was the recordings with the PlayStation not working.
Yeah, the problem with the PlayStation is that for whatever reason, recording PlayStation is that whenever, well, with any of the consoles, whenever it fades to black, and I think the resolution changes during loading screens, I'm not sure, but the actual video itself will just cut out completely, which will just completely screw up the entire sync. That in the audio, and it was getting so bad near the end that the audio was just cutting out, and I had to manually just get the soundtrack from Kingdom Hearts Insider and then put it onto the videos where they would go normally.
So like the actual song from that level that we were in. Yeah, you can really see that in some of the later ones.
You will notice that the sound effects are mysteriously missing. I
think we mentioned that. Well, we don't mention it obviously because we didn't know we were about it at the time, but we do. Like there's like a comment or a subtitle somewhere on one of the videos that says something about that. But yeah, that one was obviously it wasn't a pain in my ass because I didn't have anything to do with that. But no, that's not true. It was a pain in my ass. There were multiple times that we just straight up lost footage because the video just got all fucked up. And we had to go back through and do an entire level all over again. Because there are so many of these videos, so many of the Ape Escape videos are second takes because of that. And I'm honestly, I haven't watched the Ape Escape videos in a while. And so I don't really remember if they're weaker because of that. Because I know that there were some of them where when we went back to do our second take, I was like, okay, we got to make sure we make this joke because it's funny. We got to make sure we look at this thing because it's funny, you know.
And we got to make sure that the engine goes off in the middle of the recording.
Yeah, the neighbor's blasting his big old yee-yee truck.
Yeah, we'll be back in just a second.
Jesus. At least he didn't sit around this time, right?
Okay, he actually left. I guess I don't have to cut anything out.
All right, okay, that was nice. So anyway, but
by the way, I'm looking into getting a better recording situation so that we're not going to have these kinds of problems so frequently.
Yeah, that'll be great. We'll have one of those big professional sound rooms with like the padding and everything, like Markiplier.
I'm gonna go into debt because of that.
Well, not if we're like Markiplier.
Markiplier.
He's fucking rich, dude. Okay, no,
but that's something to look for more for us than you. But anyway,
yeah. I mean, I'll be the one in the big patty room, not you guys. No, there is one other thing that I wanted to bring up about Ape Escape, and this is something that I don't think was brought up during the series at all, which was when we completely lost that footage and I had to go back and replay the game, just like you did with Banjo-Kazooie.
Because even though we were rotating saves, it was one stage too far.
Yeah,
from the rotation.
And so we were like rotating the saves, which you'll see us do in some videos, especially in the later ones, more recent ones. You'll see us actually rotating the save to make sure that this doesn't happen, and this is exactly why we were doing it. But yeah, we had gotten so far.
We had just one few too many slots.
Yeah, that we had to go back. There was a whole level I had to go back, and we had to redo it. But we had to make sure, because we were actually so far in the actual game, like in our actual recording playthrough, and I had to go back and record an older level, I had to make sure that the recording of that older level was going to be consistent with where we were in our actual recording. And so I had to make sure that we captured the same monkeys. And so that is why in that particular level, we do that little thing where I'm like, hey, Levi, you tell me which monkeys you want me to capture.
That monkey's not good enough.
That monkey's not good enough. That's because that was not a monkey that I had captured the first time around. And I do know that there was at least 1 or 2 points during that where I was thinking to myself, like, it would be so much easier to just catch this fucking monkey because he's right here.
The hardest path is the easiest path.
Yeah. But we did eventually get that fixed. Okay, that's actually another episode where the audio was cutting in and out. Mm-hmm. And that was the first one, I think, where it did that. And that was like, do we want to try and redo it? We were both just like, no, fuck that. I'm tired of Ape Escape. I just want to move on.
And this whole situation is why you haven't seen very many PS1 games, even though we wanted to do PS1 games.
There's been like 3 or 4 that we've been wanting to do. We just haven't messed with them.
We'll be talking about that a little bit more later, but I will say from my perspective, it's my first time, that was my first time seeing Ape Escape in its entirety, and I had a bunch of fun with it.
Yeah, I'm glad. I really liked that game, and I knew that after you did Banjo-Kazooie and showed that off, that I was going to have to show off a game that I could do. Mm-hmm. And I already owned that, so, yeah.
I think you did well with it.
Hooray!
Okay, so next one is one of our another single ones, Out to Lunch.
I don't remember Out to Lunch very well. Mm-hmm. What I do remember from Out to Lunch was the yucky food, the yucky rotten food, and then us giving up at the end and going out to get, like, Wendy's or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those games. It's one of those not great games from my childhood that I just have nostalgia for, even though it's terrible.
I wouldn't even say it's bad. It's just like not much.
The thing is that you clear out 10 levels and you go, oh, this is just the entire game.
Yeah, it's a SNES game that should have been an NES game. Mm-hmm. You know,
it's also one of those games that's been ported to like a billion different consoles. So.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like Lemmings.
I can imagine I'm imagining Out to Lunch on like the Atari 7200 or something. You know? I'm imagining Out to Lunch on like the Wonder Swan.
The Atari Jaguar.
Yeah, the Jaguar or the Lynx or something. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I like how we're just shitting on Atari right now.
It looks the same, just the background scroll a little bit more.
Anyway, that's that 32-bit.
Okay, well, moving on.
Moving on.
This is going to be like 3 hours long if we stay too long on these.
All right.
Let's die in Castle Shadowgate.
Castle Shadowgate. That was a really fun one.
I'm super proud of this one. It is when people ask me, hey, which one should I look on your channel? I go, try out Shadowgate. Because
it was super good.
I'm still mad that I missed one death.
Really?
Yes, one death.
You told me about this recently and I forgot already.
After you kill the werewolf with the arrow, you use a torch on it and it'll spring back to life.
What?
It's honestly so weird, I almost wonder if it's a glitch.
Hey.
But yeah, it's one of those games that once you know how to play it, you can play it no problem from then on. Which is why I know where exactly all the deaths are, besides that one, because it's so freaking obscure.
Yeah, but that one was super good. That one was a lot of fun. Particularly because I like how you show off, because there's so many ridiculous deaths in that. And my favorites are the ones where it's like, you jump out the window and die. And it's like, well, yeah, what'd you expect was going to happen? You're at the top of a big tower. Oh, you tried to punch the wyvern. The wyvern killed you. Yeah. What'd you think was going to happen?
1d4 damage?
Wyverns do a little bit more than that.
No, me too, the wyvern.
Oh, you? No, nice try. 1d3 non-lethal, baby.
Okay. And I also do like how I played on the Super Game Boy, so it's all in the city in a theater.
Yeah, everybody's having a great old time watching us.
Okay. Let's see. The first CPU Masterpiece Theater, Bomberman 64.
I love that one.
Because they're just so stupid.
They're just the fucking worst. And I love that one because
it brings up memories.
It brings up a lot of good memories. Memories of doing that when I was young, and then memories of doing it when I was older and drinking.
With Jello shots.
With Jello shots, which we explained in the video.
And which almost killed us.
If you want to know the story, watch the fucking video. But, yeah, that was... we've only done a couple Masterpiece Theaters.
Because I'm having trouble finding games that work with it. I wanted to do the N64 Smash Bros, but I can't find my copy of it for some reason.
We'll borrow it from somebody. We have plenty of friends who've got it.
We'll eventually hit other games that we can do that with.
Yeah.
Like, we can do fighting games. We'll probably do some fighting games later on.
I mean, we already talked about Smash Bros. But,
well,
we'll figure that out.
Okay. Game Beasts.
Game Beasts. Oh, God. The fucking... Somebody out there, please find John Goodman. Find who this John Goodman guy was in our fucking Gang Beasts video, because I want to hang out with that guy in real life. I want to hang out with that guy and just give him a big ol' hand job. That dude that played that fucking John Goodman was... Fuck you, John Goodman is one of my favorite things I've ever said in my life. That was so perfectly comedically timed with me saying it, and then the train, and then the video just cutting out. It was that, yeah, Gang Beasts has like my favorite joke. So yeah, watch that one too.
But yeah, that one was a blast to play. I hope that the people that we played against online don't mind them showing up in a video like this.
They're not gonna fucking know. Nobody watches this. Watch, this time next year we'll have 100,000 subscribers and we'll be massive and everybody will know who we are. And those guys will be like, wait a minute. And this guy will come forward and be like, I'm John Goodman. We'll have a whole bunch of people coming forward to claiming to be John Goodman.
We'll just call them the John Goodman.
The John, okay. Yeah, alright.
Okay. So another one, Duck Game.
Duck Game.
Do you not remember much of this? Since
I do remember Duck Game, actually. I gotta say, that's actually one of the first ones that I wasn't super satisfied with the commentary on it.
And I gotta say, going back and watching it, I noticed that the audio is noticeably distinct in a couple parts.
Is it really?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah. I Duck Game is one of the first ones that I really remember not having anything to say.
Maybe we should go back and try it again, maybe with 3 people.
If only we knew a third person.
Well, we'll leave that in the past for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Frankenstein, Master of Death.
That one was both of us, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, because then the Dracula one was just you. We'll get there. Who played Frankenstein, me or you?
I played Frankenstein. You played the next one of these.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, we need to do more of these, because these games...
I do want to do more of these.
Well, actually, what I want to know is, do you guys want to see more of these? More, because Frankenstein and Dracula and... Well, not Dracula. It was Frankenstein and House of a Thousand Doors And did we do any others like that? Or is it just those two?
Not yet. I wanted to do more, but you were like, no, we need to do this other stuff.
Yeah. Those hidden object games. I had a great time with those. Because they're silly and they give me a lot to talk about. But my question is, are they fun to watch? I know it's fun to play. I know it's fun to record. But I don't know if the people are having fun watching them. So let me know. Let us know. Do you want to see more of these hidden object games? Because I am ready to fucking do them.
All right, after that, Crawl.
I was thinking about Crawl like 2 days ago.
Crawl is so good just as a game.
Crawl is, and that's another. Now on Crawl, I remember not having good commentary on that
Because you were focusing too
because
much
I
on
was
the game.
so into the game, and that's a good problem to have, I guess. Yeah, Crawl was fucking great, and now I think about it, I need to go get that game. Ooh, I need to buy that game so that I can play with you guys, with you and
Mystery Third Man.
Mystery
I don't think his name has actually been said on the channel yet.
You really haven't seen Mystery Third Man's name on the channel yet?
No, I don't think so.
Well, shit, Mystery Third Man, like, comment, and subscribe.
Okay. Well, anyway, Crawl was a ton of fun. I do think that we need to expand the games we play a little bit because with the I remember you complaining about it in another video about the Tommy versus Levi and I'm the one that keeps on winning.
Yeah.
I do think if we have Mystery Third Man involved with games like these, it can tip the scales a little bit more in other people's favor.
Well, tip the scales more in his favor. He's better at video games than I am. I'm the one who sucks.
Okay, so
We're just gonna next Let's Play. Look forward to, guys. Barney's Hide and Seek, and I play it and I lose. A game that you cannot lose. Go on.
Because it's stuck in the couch cushions. So anyway, Secret of Monkey Island.
You know, I wondered about that. Monkey Island is around the time... Boy, I hate to say this. Monkey Island's around the time that I stopped watching all of our videos as they were coming out. Because we were releasing so many.
Because I think this is about the point where we're starting to hit daily releases.
Yeah, and I was like, man, I was there for these. And I will actually say, I felt kind of bad about that at first. But then I was watching the Game Grumps, and they mentioned at one point, like Dan on Game Grumps mentions, he's like, oh god, no, I don't watch all of our videos. He's like, we have too goddamn many. I was like, oh, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. But
like, I'm watching them because I'm editing them.
Yeah. And I was there for them. But, like, you know.
Like, a couple times I'll remember a really good moment, and I want to go back and see it, and I'll look it up, but I don't really have them running in the background or anything.
Yeah. But there were a lot of good moments in Monkey Island. Monkey Island is one that I'm worried wasn't as exciting to watch. But I had a great time recording that.
I'm also worried that I feel like the strength of it is more in the game rather than in the commentary. But
well, there were some really good parts on our end.
There's a reason why Monkey Island is held as, I don't know about gold standard, but like one of the poster children of adventure games.
Yeah, I know. I mean, that's always what I hear when people talk about the best adventure games.
I mean, Tim Schafer's been running on it. It's legacy pretty well. And I did encounter a trouble with a later adventure game that I was trying to record during the solo part where you weren't available to record, so I'd record a bunch of solo stuff. We'll hit it eventually, but I was trying to do the Telltale Sam and Max games.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But the problem is that the commentary is so thick that I noticed that I was basically fighting against it with trying to get commentary in.
Oh, they just talk too much?
Yeah.
They really do talk a lot. I played the first one. And because there's 5 of them, right? Yeah, I played the first one, and they
no, there's like 3 seasons of them.
Fuck,
so
well,
like 30 of them. I think.
Well, anyway, yeah, I mean, I'd say they won't shut the fuck up, but I don't mean that in a bad way. But Monkey Island has the moment where I bumblefuck my way into the solution of the maze.
I still can't believe that happened.
I'm so happy with that. Because I was sitting there all naive, like, what are you so frustrated? What's wrong, Levi? And then also where I kept calling all the jokes. I'd make a joke, and then they would make that same joke in the game. And I'm like, guys, come on. Anyway, so, yeah, Monkey Island, like I said, I was worried that Monkey Island wasn't going to be super, like, watchable. So, let us know if you thought that one was any good. I don't know. I'm looking at it now, and it looks like only 2 people watch it, so fuck you guys. I guess it tells me everything I need to know.
Except the 2 of you.
Yeah, you guys are cool.
All right, Samurai Gun. I don't really remember this one.
I don't really remember it either.
No, because this is the point where you were getting mad about always losing.
Yeah, I sure. Oh, we don't really have a lot of Tommy versus Levi's after this, do we?
Not really.
We have a couple, but Samurai Gun. I liked that game, but yeah, man, I was getting crushed at that. Actually, that is me getting mad at that is funny, but
you weren't enjoying it at the time.
Well, no, not at the time, but maybe we should keep that in mind.
All right. After that, Ultimate Chicken Horse.
I remember liking Ultimate Chicken Horse, but I don't remember it very well. I also remember fucking with you a lot in that.
Yeah, you were purposely making the stage unwinnable.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's part of the game.
Yeah, okay, now I do remember. This is where Tommy was getting pissed off at losing all the time.
So you just decided to flip the table.
Yeah. But it was my table, because we were recording at my house that day.
Yeah, because of shenanigans going on in the background.
Yeah, so we came over to my house and recorded that day, and so, yeah, I wasn't going to flip my own table. So I just did it in the game. Yeah, But
it was also... Yeah. I also feel like that was a lot more fair because it was the first time either of us were really playing it.
And that was also the point of that game, too. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. That was fine.
Let's see, after that, Overcooked.
You have talked multiple times about wanting to go back and redo continue Overcooked.
I do.
I don't. Overcooked is too fucking stressful. That game stresses me out so badly, and I saw...
What if we had 3 people?
That might be better.
Mm-hmm. But it's the kind of game that it's kind of built to be like that.
Actually, yeah, I know it's built to be like that, and I'm trying to avoid that kind of thing.
Well, what if I did it solo and you just co-commentated?
No, I actually do think that 3 people is a good idea. Hey, Mystery Third Person, I know you're listening. Or is it Mystery Thirdman?
Not unless he's also John Goodman and we just haven't realized it.
No, his name is Ernest Thirdman.
He's going to be being called Ernest.
And we call him Mr. E. Thirdman.
He's going to be being called Ernest because that's his name.
Yeah, fucking Ernest.
Ernest does a Let's Play.
Ernest. Oh, damn. Oh.
Okay.
That's good stuff. Okay.
Should we talk about this one? It's not really part of it's more my own personal
thing. You just brought it up, so now you have to.
Okay, What's a Delta Escape is Final Fantasy 14 of all the rating stuff of that specific content patch. Me and my free company, Tommy didn't have anything to really do with it. It's more of a personal thing, so I just want it up.
But it's got a bunch of views, and I assume it's all of your people that
mostly the free company.
Most of the people that you know on Final Fantasy 14. So, yeah, if you guys watch that one and you don't know what's going on, that's okay. It's not made for you.
It's a shame because a good number of those people don't really play anymore, and I miss. And we had a lot of frustrating times with getting stuck on stuff, but I still enjoyed it, and I wish I had the time to go back to the Savage rating of it, but I just kind of don't.
Yeah,
By the way, if you're looking for a free company in Final Fantasy 14 and you're playing on the Genova server, try hitting up Oktoberfest. You get a nice little beer tag at the end of your name. I mean, I am currently free company leader, so I got to chill at least a little bit.
Final Fantasy 14, please give us money.
That's a joke I haven't made in a while. I haven't made that joke since like Banjo-Kazooie, and that was one of my favorite ongoing running gags. I'm bringing it back. New year, old gag. Let's go.
Okay, so NBA Hang Time.
Oh, man. Fucking Scottie Pippen.
I had a really strong running joke that was really pissing me off at the time.
Really?
You didn't notice that there were long stretches where I was just dead silent because
I was crushing you with Scottie Pippen.
Because you were slightly ahead, and so I was trying to concentrate to win.
Yeah, because that was the one where I didn't do goddamn anything.
You just relied entirely on Scottie Pippen.
I just gave all of my... I just kept passing it to the fucking NPC Scottie Pippen, who just did it all for me. That was a good episode. We do need to do more Tommy versus Levi's. We could do more Tommy versus Levi's versus Ernest's. I think that'll be all right.
Yeah, I call him TVLVE.
TVLVE. Yeah. I changed my mind. Ernest doesn't get to play anymore.
Okay, let's play Dracula.
All right.
No. Okay, that is the first solo LP I was doing for the channel,
Yeah.
in which I went through my GOG library, and I was looking through...
That's good old games for those of you who are stupid.
Just like, let's see, what should I do? Should I do Ultima? No, that would be a pain in the ass to get into like that. Okay, well, let's try out this Dracula game that I have on here for some reason. Oh, the game. And I did a post-commentary video at the end of it where I talked about how bad it was.
That
The game sucked.
game, those videos actually, I have people, I know people that have told me, they're like, you know what? I like Levi's solo stuff better than the two of you. And I'm like, oh, okay, fuck you.
Wasn't Ernest saying that?
Yes, actually, it was Ernest saying that.
Okay.
But yeah, he was like, yeah, I really, really liked the Dracula video. And I was like, good. It's good
Well,
to know that Levi can hold up videos on his own without my stupid ass around.
I'm glad somebody did, because boy, I didn't like playing it. The things I liked about it was that I really liked the cutscenes of multiple characters interacting.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because they were stupid and campy, and they looked horrifying sometimes. Mm-hmm. I liked when you actually got to Dracula's castle, because then it started to turn into like an actual decent adventure game almost. Because like there was actual good puzzles in there. God, and this is gonna suck because I really like the one character I actually like as a character was the character that you actually meet in Dracula's castle. Not Dracula, you never actually meet him.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it sucks. A game that has Dracula's name in it. He gets killed off, and I'm saying with that with big air quotes, in the introductory cutscene, which is the end of the novel.
Yeah.
And you see him standing menacingly on a cliffside at one point as you're going into his castle, but you never actually like meet him or talk to him or do anything against him. Yeah, it's bad.
Okay.
But it's just so much pixel hunting and basically encapsulate all the bad things about adventure games.
Yeah, but
It goes from like a D- to a C+ once you hit the castle.
hey, but that's a passing grade now, you know. D- is technically passing too, but
Well, and there's sequels to it.
oh well, we're gonna do them.
Okay, so
Snowboard Kids.
Snowboard Kids, dude, you just got destroyed before the game even started.
Fucking, I've never fucking been good at Snowboard Kids. I've played it with people before when I was younger,
That's not what I'm talking about.
but I totally forgot
Yeah,
that fucking
the fat kid's name is Tommy,
the fat kid's name is Tommy.
and the war was won before the first battle was even fought.
It was you could just hear
You can just hear
the crushing defeat in my voice when I say
the
that.
deflating.
The fat kid's name is Tommy. Okay. God.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on from Snowboard Kids now.
House of a Thousand Door, Family Secrets.
I loved House of a Thousand Doors. I loved how cheesy that was. I loved trying to give coffee to the bird.
It was way better than Frankenstein was, both how the game actually was and had the commentary on it.
Yeah. A lot. But yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, also, yeah, the Frankenstein game was dumb.
It was. And House of a Thousand Doors is also kind of dumb, but not quite as dumb.
Not nearly as dumb. I like when he's like, oh, you need to bring me a book. I'm like, you're holding a book. Do you want a different one?
Okay. And here's a little interesting editing tidbit in the background. I don't know if anyone caught this, but I was accidentally uploading them under the wrong name.
Really?
Yes. Like, I had the subtitle on. I had them as Let's Play House of a Thousand Doors Family Matters.
How long did that go on?
It was in the middle of me uploading them, so it would have been like within like a month maybe. So just imagine the game, but Urkel's there.
You know, I'm looking back and I feel like I remember that.
A puzzle is solved, and you just hear, "Did I do that?"
That's awesome. That's a super good idea. Harvest Moon,
Which I still need to finish. I plan on finishing it, and it's all just going to be one mega ending video, because there's just so much empty space in it now.
Harvest Moon is another one of your big solo endeavors, and I'm gonna admit I haven't watched it.
That's fine. Harvest Moon is for a specific group of people, I guess you could say.
I mean, I played the fuck out of Stardew Valley, but I don't know if I could watch somebody play Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Why am I dumping on our videos in this fucking thing?
Criticism is part of it.
I'm not dumping on it.
But yeah, Harvest Moon is definitely the type of game that's more fun to play than watch, which is why so much of it is cut out. And the problem is that I would have to spend so much time, like, each one of these, like, 15, 20-minute videos is, like, 3 hours of recording. And it will be me, like 1 in the morning, recording it by myself, just going and going and going. Just trying desperately to find something interesting to talk about.
That sounds. I mean, I knew that's what went into it, but that sounds like it's rough. It's a project.
Which is why it's going to be one big finale at the end. Because okay, so that's a transition. Okay, so Mystical Ninja starring Goemon.
Mystical Ninja starring Goemon was amazing.
I'm glad that you got to experience it the way you did.
Mystical Ninja, the fucking, everything in that game is just, when the fucking ship shows up, I'm like, okay, hang on.
I'm Newton.
And then it
just kept on going.
It just kept on going.
From that all the way to the end of them, the musical.
God,
just
the whole thing, and fucking what was his friend's name?
Ibisumaru.
Ibisumaru, precious boy. I love him, even though I don't remember his name. Ibisumaru, he has cute little rosy cheeks, flopping around on his back. If you ever watch those, go fucking watch the Goemon videos. Those are amazing.
There's some great moments in
it. It is so good.
But yeah, that's another one that I'm really glad with.
I'm really proud with that one, yeah.
Then after that, we started Rune.
And we're still fucking... We just recorded some Rune, and this is... Well, it's currently 2019, so...
Well, we're going to finish it. I do have all the actual footage together, and I will say this, at least watch the last 2 or 3 episodes, because that's probably the best parts of the game.
Yeah, that's actually, I do want to say about Rune is that it started out when I was playing it, and it's like the first, 6 or 7 episodes or like that?
Something like that.
Where I'm playing it, and then, but we eventually stopped. I think I got tired. I was getting, fatigued from it, and we dropped it off for a little while. And then you were like, okay, no, I can't have an unfinished game on here. So you went back and you did it all in, yourself. And then we're doing post-commentary on it.
I did, 1 day, waited, and then waited, 3-4 months. And I did another day, and I just finished it. And we're doing post-commentary of it right now.
Yeah.
But it'll be finished within the next 1 or 2 months. So, anyway. We started Chrono Trigger.
As of this upload,
it's not finished uploading. But we have 2 more videos. But it is done recording. It's been done with recording for a good minute now.
Yeah, but as of the recording of this whatever this is, we still have not finished uploading Chrono Trigger, and that was 7 months ago. It's 7 months, but god damn it, Chrono Trigger is so good.
And yeah,
that's another one I'm actually concerned about the commentary on. Because there were multiple points where I'm completely silent because I'm paying attention.
But and also I don't know if I ever said this in a video, but I honestly don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because if the game is good enough to let it run by itself, I say just let it run by itself.
Yeah. And I think it was around the time of Chrono Trigger where you pointed that out to me, where you were like, you don't always have to fill the airspace. I was like, I guess I don't have to continuously say inane comments, right? But. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. But yeah, Chrono Trigger was great. The game itself was. The only thing that I was really concerned about is there enough to keep... is there enough to keep somebody's attention if they've already played Chrono Trigger before? And I don't know. Maybe. But I also know that there is more to this Chrono Trigger Let's Play than we're like letting on.
Look forward to that.
Look forward to that.
I mentioned it several times during the Let's Play, but
Oh, so we can talk about it.
we'll talk about it when it's time to talk about
We'll talk
it.
about it when it is time to talk. All right.
About it.
Yes.
But yeah, that was a long ass. And you can see now why some people will say that it's the best game on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, easily. Yeah. I'd never seen anything like that. And then it was a while of us uploading a lot of because those last 3 or 4 games that we talked about, those were all long form.
There were some pretty long games,
Which is fine.
but yeah, after that we did Super Punch Out.
We both did that? We did both do that.
Yeah,
I was there for
I
that.
played, you co-commentated.
Yeah. Wow, that should tell you. I don't remember much of that one.
I can looking back at it now, I kind of wish this was a post-commentary thing, if just so I could focus on the game itself better and have better performance during it.
Yeah, that's something to keep in mind. Because I actually...
This is the kind of game that as speedrunners can tear apart.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen you play through Punch Out on the Wii, and, I mean, you're good, but you're not, you're not a world record speedrunner.
I as far as skill goes, I consider myself a B+.
Yeah, I mean, you're really fucking good at that game.
Better than most, but not better than all.
Yeah. I mean, I'm fucking garbage at Punch Out, so that's why I let you play it. And that's why every time I go to play Punch Out, I'm like, why am I doing so terrible? It's like, no, Levi's just really good. But
And it's also the kind of game that you got to play over and over and over and over again.
But that being said, yeah, I think the fact that I don't even remember being in the Punch Out videos kind of says what we need to say about the Punch Out videos.
Also, I really like how Super Punch Out feels to play, but I will acknowledge that the cast is a lot weaker compared to other Punch Out games.
Especially Punch Out on the Wii. Hint, hint, Levi.
Don't worry.
We'll get there.
All right.
All right.
Next, CPU Masterpiece Theater, Mario Party.
Um,
We set the time way too long for this.
That was what I was going to say. I was going to say my only regret with that is that I insisted that we do a full, 30-turn game?
No, it was like 50 turns?
50 turns?
Yeah. It's
God.
almost 2 hours long total.
Yeah. No, it was like 3. Oh, it is about 2 hours.
Actually,
No, it's about 2 hours.
2.5 hours.
Yeah, but
Around then.
yeah, it was fucking long. And I think by the end of it, you can hear our fatigue. We're like, oh my god, this is still fucking
Especially with that dramatic twist ending.
Well, no, the best part was me calling that. What was it? Wario give coin to Luigi or some shit like that. So I can't believe I did that. And it's at this point that we start getting into a lot of Levi's solo stuff because this was around the point that I was unavailable. I was really busy, and so I had dropped out of recording for a little bit, and so Levi was doing a lot of solo stuff, which is good.
Because the focus on this was, I called it to myself, it's cheesy as hell, but the challenge of Leviathan. Because I know, because it was all stuff that is specifically games that I had when I was younger, but never really beat.
Okay, that's not fucking true. I watched you beat Zelda 2.
Yes, but that's... yeah, I did beat Zelda 2 before, but...
Not when you were a kid, though.
No, I was a kid.
No.
But we didn't hit that point yet, because first it's Home Alone 2. Game sucks.
Okay, look. I'm going to say right now, Home Alone 2 Part 3, as of the recording of this video, has no views.
Yeah. That's acceptable. That's fine.
What did you play it on, SNES?
Yeah, Super Nintendo, yes.
Why did you play that whole fucking... Did you play the whole game?
Yes.
Why'd you play the whole fucking thing?
Because I wanted to beat it.
Why? Why that game?
Because I had it when I was younger and I never beat it, so I wanted to beat it.
Yeah, but don't you... Look, I'm looking at your shelf. You have like over 100 games on the shelf, and you chose that one?
Because it's been hanging over my head for like 25 years.
Okay. I guess, I have some games like that too from Genesis, but like, man, the ones that I was focusing on were good. Like, I've never beat Tiny Toon's Adventure.
Well, I wanted to do the bad ones when you weren't here, so you wouldn't have to be subjected to them.
Well,
because those games aren't worth that level of effort.
All right. Okay, so yeah.
Okay, Zelda 2 Adventure of Link. Yes,
That's a good game.
Yeah, it is.
How does the first video have no views and the second one has 2? Who's doing that?
Wow.
I don't know. Fucking idiots. Anyway. Maybe YouTube just broke.
Zelda 2 is a game that I defended more strongly at the start than at the end.
Really?
Yeah. Because at the end I was kind of like, I'm tired of this. I want to go play Yakuza 0. Because at the end of recordings was when Yakuza 0 dropped, and I started playing that.
I remember watching you beat it when it was like 7 or 8 years ago we were living together.
Yeah.
I remember watching you beat it then, and I was impressed because that game's hard as fuck.
It is.
The Thunderbird, that's the next to last boss, right?
Yep.
That thing is ridiculous. Now, I gotta ask, well, I can't believe I'm asking this. Because, like I said, I didn't watch those videos. Did you do the crouch in the corner trick against Dark Link? Or did you actually fight him?
I think I started genuinely fighting him, and I think I might have died and didn't do the crouching trick, but I genuinely can't remember. I guess you'll just have to watch the video and find out for yourself.
Yeah, you should fucking do that.
Hey. I'm doing wiggly fingers.
He really is doing the wiggly
Vertical.
fingers, guys.
Horizontal. Ooh.
Alright, that's enough of the wiggly fingers.
ActRaiser.
ActRaiser.
A game so good that I feel like it could have started a genre, but it didn't.
Yeah, that one always baffled me. You know what really gets me about ActRaiser is that ActRaiser is so good, and yet you never hear. It's not even represented in Super Smash Brothers. Like,
I mean, it is
nothing.
a third-party game, and well, here's the thing: it was produced by Enix,
oh,
which was bought by Square
yeah.
Enix.
Okay, never mind.
So they super don't care about it.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, ActRaiser was super cool and unique.
And then ActRaiser 2 got released in, and it just became Castlevania, but you can fly and have a sword.
Yeah. So,
I-
Symphony of the Night? Never mind. Stupid joke.
No, it's not that good.
No. Not many games are as good as Symphony of the Night.
But I did eventually manage to actually beat it, so...
Yeah, I played ActRaiser, again, when we were living together. I did play ActRaiser, I think on your virtual console.
Yeah.
Because that's how you did it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, God, I couldn't. I think I got past, like, the first area. Barely. Because the bosses in that game are super difficult.
That can be rough, and the reason why the very specific reason why I couldn't beat it before is because at the end there's a boss rush.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I remember you talking about that. That's just, God, I couldn't even beat one of those fucking bosses. Let alone, 5 or 6 of them, or however many there are.
Yeah, it was super rough, but I can check that one off.
Yeah.
And the next is Punch-Out for the NES.
Regular old Punch-Out.
Plain old Punch-Out.
Plain old Punch-Out.
Boy, that was a test of me trying to pull commentary out of my ass while concentrating super hard on the game.
Hey, scroll down. Yeah. Nobody watched the fucking Punch-Out videos. You pieces of shit.
It's fine.
Nope, I'm yelling at our viewers. I hate them all.
Well, this one is still technically unfinished because I still have to go back and beat Mike. But
Really?
I need a lot more practice before I can do that.
Man, that's saying something. All right.
It is like 2 frames to react like 30 times in a row.
I've seen you fight him, so yeah. So you didn't actually finish Punch-Out, huh? Okay.
And I guess the next big thing we recorded was no, but we went back and did some other stuff first. But there was the Friday the 13th video.
Oh, I love that video. That is one of my favorite videos that we've done. Like,
It might be the best video on the channel,
I think you're right.
and it only has 9 views.
You guys are missing out. You've got to watch the Friday the 13th video because
Well, the most viewed videos on my channel is still the first, what Lisa has to say, but that's not LP stuff, so we're not going to worry about that.
the most viewed video that we have is the Happy Tree Friends video.
No, it outranks it by about 20 views.
No, I don't mean... I meant that like, that is me and you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I meant. On the channel, it's what Lisa has to say, yes. But, yeah, the Friday the 13th video is amazing because I had no idea that game was something.
God, I spent so much time before actually recording just playing it, picking it apart, looking up guides. I actually watched Friday the 13th Part 2 so I could get a little bit more reference for it.
Yeah, it would that video was super, super good, and I was really happy with how that turned out.
But yeah, add a bunch of editing stuff in it. I don't think it has any copyright strikes on it because I briefly used a scene from
One of the movies.
Part 9, I think. But yeah,
Oh wait.
I think-
Yeah. You used 2. You used the shot from part 9 where he blows
yeah,
up,
in the sleeping bag scene,
and the
which
sleeping
is my
bags from
which is my single favorite scene in all of cinema.
from X. That was from the 10th one. But yeah, that was the Friday 13th video I'm super proud of. All right.
It got its own custom little thumbnail and everything.
Yeah.
I looked up a sprite sheet for Jason and just cut apart his mask and just blew it up real big.
I honestly, I can see myself doing that when I'm like 13, like in Paint with just the square tool. I used to do that. But anyway.
Well, I use Paint.net for that kind of stuff. So
Oh, good. So we're on the same page here.
all right, then afterwards I start what is the longest Let's Play on the channel right now, Dark Cloud.
Over 40 videos, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Dark Cloud. And the reason why I picked Dark Cloud is because when I said ActRaiser could have been in its own genre, I would consider Dark Cloud being in that same genre.
An action game that where the point of the action is to be able to build your town.
Basically, alternating beats between action stages and sim stages.
Yeah, I can see that.
And
That's an interesting thought.
And Dark Cloud is another game that I also never beat when I was younger because I couldn't beat the final boss.
I couldn't even beat the third boss. So you were doing better than me, but
Third boss was the Ice Queen.
yes.
That one's super hard, so don't feel bad about that.
Okay, good. Good.
That's like the second hardest fight in the entire game.
Not only have you told me that, but the guides that I was reading when I was younger told me that, and it didn't matter because I still couldn't fucking beat her. But yeah, that one was pretty long.
And it also had a whole bunch of off-screen grinding and such in order to get everyone's best weapon.
God. I mean,
did.
you got the whole fucking thing. Have you finished it?
Yes, it is done.
Okay, good. All right. What did we start after Dark Cloud?
After Dark Cloud, let's see, more Mystical Ninja.
Looks like we went into Newgrounds.
Let's see, 2. Yep, next are the Newgrounds videos. Which, that one was a bunch of fun.
That one was a lot of fun. I feel like the Newgrounds videos are like varying in quality on commentary.
Well, to be fair, the games are
Very qualitary, whatever.
Qualitarians.
Yeah. But, yeah, I liked the Newgrounds ones. There were some that I liked more than others, but...
I know you didn't like it, but I'm glad that there was at least one game that you remember fondly and found that it was actually terrible.
Which one was that?
Lampshade of No Real Significance.
Oh, god damn it! Yeah. Yeah.
Because there had to be at least one of those that was like that.
Uh-huh.
And ending it with a Bobo's Big Adventure was basically...
That was so... Well, Bobo's Big Adventure and Trick or Treat Adventure. Which, let's talk about that now that we're out and we're done with those videos.
Sure.
You did not like Trick or Treat Adventure at all.
Not really. I felt it was too mean-spirited.
And I was starting to notice that too. Because there was actually at one point, there, like that was a... We did that in one sitting, but we took a break in between, and you mentioned that during that break. And when we came back to finish, I was noticing that it was really just rude. When you talk to the people in their costumes and everything that you
everyone's
say,
an asshole.
everything you say is rude, and then everything that they say is everybody's an asshole response. So I was just like skipping over them.
What was the name of the iMockery dude? Raj?
Roger Barr. Raj. Yeah.
I feel like as a whole that game says more about Raj as a person than it does anything else.
But you know,
But
knowing Raj, because I've followed him for a long, long time, he wasn't a jerk like that. I don't know why that game was like that, because all of his other stuff is
maybe he matured more afterwards because I didn't get any of that feeling from a Bobo.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Like it still has the stupid Newgrounds, ridiculous violence, poop jokes, stuff like that. But it feels like it was done a lot more in love.
Yeah. But I also really liked in the Newgrounds videos, I liked when we played Pandemic.
Yes.
And I just totally blew it. I was super happy with that. Specifically the joke, everybody's just doing it in the butt and living. The best part of that joke was not me saying that. It was that later my sister messaged me. She was watching the video that it had been uploaded. And she said, "Tommy, I think you cured HIV."
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah. Oh, man. And you know what's funny is that I've been playing Plague Inc. lately. on Steam, which is the full actual retail release of the same game.
Is it made by the same people?
I don't know, but
I feel
I think it is.
I hope it is, because it feels kind of gross if it's not.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it is. Because all the stuff that I was saying, like the strategies that I was saying in the Pandemic video, apply to Plague Inc., but not to Pandemic. So I was totally wrong about all that stuff in the Flash game, but then I went and did a whole bunch of that stuff on the retail version and flew through it just fine. So, anyway. It also depends on other things, but anyway, yeah.
Alright, Daikatana, the game done entirely for the sake of one joke.
You showed me that joke, and then there was basically this thing. I felt this thing between us where we basically just like, yeah, Tommy, you don't really need to watch the rest of it. It was just for that one joke.
Yeah, just to the joke of having the thumbnail being the PC release of Daikatana that everyone's familiar with, and then switching over to the Game Boy Color game.
Game Boy Color. I still can't believe.
Yeah, only released in Europe.
Of course. Why not?
Honestly, the Game Boy Color game is actually pretty decent for that one.
Yeah.
And it's also the start of where I started using the thumbnail template that I'm currently using.
Oh, I see that. Yeah. What else did we do after that?
Let's see.
We are literally just fucking scrolling through our YouTube page because we're lame. Shin Megami Tensei.
Yes, that is one that is currently on hold just for the sake of finishing other stuff like Rune.
Yeah.
But that is going to be the solo LP that I'm doing that I'm going to return to first.
Okay.
And that's another one that is almost done entirely for the sake of a single...
I gotta say...
Of putting up the full title of it in the upload every single time.
Let's play Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner.
Raidu Kazunoha versus the Soulless Army.
I'm a little upset because I really want to see that game. Wait a minute, I'm stupid. I could just watch you play it on the YouTube channel.
It's true.
All right, cool. I'm a fucking idiot. If only I could somehow see this game.
If only.
God damn it.
There was some kind of method.
I don't understand this YouTube stuff.
Perhaps something on the World Wide Web. Readily available for no charge. At the push of a button. But anyway.
That's a good segue. Push of a button.
Please don't touch anything.
Yeah.
Another one, it's a very interesting take on the adventure game genre.
Please don't touch anything. Definitely a very cool game. I don't know how well it turned out as a video. Because that one was done in one sitting. And so that's why it's only 2 videos.
It's not a particularly long game, especially if you know how to do it, which is why you were at the controls, but I was there to make sure that you got nudged in the correct direction.
Yeah.
Because some of those things are just esoteric.
Well, yeah. I mean, some of them do end up summoning Elder Gods, so...
There's also a VR release of the game.
I believe that.
That has new puzzles and such because you can look around behind you.
Oh, God. I don't even want to think about that. Getting motion sickness just imagining it.
Oh, speaking of motion sickness, there was one Tommy vs. Levi that we couldn't actually put up screen cheat.
Screen cheat.
It's the one where it was an FPS where you had to look at the other player's screen.
Yeah.
Because both of you were invisible, so you had to use context clues to see where to aim.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And it was fucking you up too much, so we ended up having to abandon that one.
I legit almost, I was certain I was going to throw up from playing that game. Wow, I forgot about that. Oh my God.
We can also talk about the other game that you want to talk about.
The big one I wanted to talk about.
Fight Night.
Fight Night.
Specifically the Fight Night demo, because it's still not out yet. It should be out in a couple months, I'm hoping.
Now, I was getting Fight Night. When you were telling me Fight Night, I was like, what, you mean that fucking boxing game on the Dreamcast?
No.
Which is not... I don't know what the hell I was thinking of.
No Dreamcast games yet.
Yeah.
Emphasis on yet.
Yeah.
There's one in particular that I'm thinking of.
I'm excited.
Actually, 2 I'm thinking of.
I'm still excited. But anyway.
You can be excited.
But we were playing Fight Night, and Levi was like, all right, Tommy, you're going to play Fight Night because it's great, and I want you to see this game. And I was like, all right. And it's a first-person game where you're punching the bad guys, and I was like, I'm just going to punch everything. Fuck all this story. And I skipped all the story, and I flew past all the dialogue, and ran past all the NPCs. I punched some of the NPCs, and Levi got mad, because I'm not supposed to do that.
Well, you are, but you're supposed to not do it that way. You basically just completely steamrolled over everything in the game because it's super strategic.
No. I know that, and yes, there's like strategy to the punching and the way it's set up, and it's super cool and interesting. And I didn't pay any attention to that stuff, and I got totally killed. And then Levi got really mad at me, and we put it on hold. And I figured out how to actually play the game. But what I'm talking about is the people in the town. Mm-hmm. I punched them, and we had to like start over or something. But I was just not doing what I was supposed to do in that game and just being a huge asshole. And Levi got so fucking mad at me that we ended up stopping. And then we were both like walking around for a second, like pacing. And then we looked at each other and we were both just like, all right, that's definitely the worst video we've ever done.
And it'll never go up.
It will never go. It'll be our Patreon bonus. Donate to my Patreon. I have one, but not Levi. The money doesn't go to the channel. It goes to my raging opium addiction.
No, it goes to your Taco Bell addiction. The one that you talk about every single time you come over to record.
Well, I didn't want them to know that. I wanted them to think I was addicted to something cool like opium, but... Alright, fine, it's Taco Bell, whatever.
Right. So, I do plan on doing Fight Night, but I think that's going to be a solo one.
Oh, yeah, because I fucked it all up. Or we can do it with Ernest. I mean...
There was actually also another demo of a game that I was kind of wanting to do, but I decided to go against it. Called Pizza Tower, but I think we might just wait for the full game to come out for that.
Not even familiar with that one.
Yep. I haven't shown it to you yet. I wanted to be a surprise.
Exciting.
Monster Loves You.
Monster Loves You. See, I really liked Monster... I loved playing Monster Loves You. I thought that game was super cute and great and nice. I have no idea if it turned out watchable at all.
Okay, the entire basis of going into Monster Loves You, we went into it completely blind.
Yes.
And basically the idea was we were both super tired, and we didn't really want any of our ongoing LPs to suffer because of being too tired for commentary. And we picked the game with the most stuff to read ever.
I know.
I could have picked a visual novel, and it would have been easier. But I did have fun with it.
Yeah, I'm glad we did that one. Because that was such a cool, unique little game that... Fuck, I might go get it myself just to... Because it's got, like, what, 15 endings or something?
Something like that.
And one of them you could become a brain surgeon?
A neurosurgeon, I think, because we got that stat in neurosurgery earlier.
Yeah, we got a neurosurgery point.
I think it's, like, one specific route that you take, and I managed to get the very start of it, but nothing to follow it up with.
Yeah. But, yeah, so that was fun.
All right, The Room.
The Room. Yeah, I remember that. But, like, I also don't remember a lot about it. I remember really liking it.
A lot of it was spinning it around, trying to find a thing that you could interact with.
Yeah, it was a ton of fun to play. Again, I don't know if it was very watchable. We have a lot of videos that are like that. A lot of episodes that are... A lot of games that are, like, super cool and unique, but... Room was over almost... It was a little more than an hour and a half. I'm like, I don't know if I could watch fucking feature-length presentation of me spinning around a block of wood for an hour and a half. But then again, I don't know. Who do I know?
We also talked about the sequels in the game. I mean, I couldn't remember. The Room 2 is out on Steam, but the Room 3 and 4 is not called the Room 4. It's called, like, the Room Retribution or something like that.
Oh, my God.
But if we want to go check it out,
well, maybe we should do that. I don't know. That'd be fine. We could fuck around with that. But
all right, Silent Hill 2.
Silent Hill.
We weren't going to do Silent Hill 2. We were going to do Silent Hill, the first Silent Hill,
and we did record a bit of that.
But we had the same PlayStation problems as we did with Ape Escape, so that ended up getting shelved. Mm-hmm. So instead, we went on to the one that could be the best out of context with the rest of the series.
Yeah, Silent Hill 2. Every time I tell people about every time I'm telling people the channel, and I'm talking about the different things we've done, I always mention Chrono Trigger and Silent Hill in like the same breath because they are both games that are considered to be super classic.
And Silent Hill 2 is a contender for best PS2 game.
And I never played either of them, and I didn't know anything about them, and I went in totally blind to it. Besides the few things that I knew just from osmosis, like the fact that Chrono dies in Chrono Trigger, or the fact that something. I don't know, whatever.
Spoiler, and Silent Hill 2.
Yeah. But, Silent Hill 2 had the same I don't. It may not even be an issue, but the same thing that happened was that in Chrono Trigger, where I just didn't say anything for long stretches of time because I was really into it. But boy, I thought our Silent Hill 2 videos were fucking great.
Yeah, it's also home to one of your favorite jokes I've ever made, apparently.
Two babies.
Don't say anything else for people who haven't seen it yet.
No. I'm not going to.
I think it's funny you're out of context.
You guys need to go watch Silent Hill so that you can get exposed to the magic of two babies. That's gross.
Seventh guest.
That was our Halloween episode.
Yeah, the big Halloween special, which is why they were all uploaded in a row.
Yeah. That's another one that I'm not sure how watchable it ended up being. But, because it's a lot of puzzles and stuff. Mm-hmm. But, again, that is another one that I did enjoy. Because Seventh Guest is a game that I watched my mom play a lot when I was young. But had never really played myself or never really seen it. Didn't know the story of. Which happens to remind me of another game that we also uploaded to the channel, but we'll talk about here in a second. But yeah, I feel like Seventh Guest is one of those that I just didn't have a lot to say while playing. I did feel myself a lot of times in Seventh Guest kind of like reaching for something to talk about. Because I didn't want to fill the air with just noise, but also I had to say something. I couldn't let it be quiet for 20 minutes, you know?
I wish every game we had on the channel had some FMV actors in it at some point.
Oh, yeah. Well, we could just start putting ourselves in.
Is that the next level of face cam?
No, what we'll do is we'll put you in front of a green screen, like running in place, dressed up like Mario, and then we'll play like Mario 3.
That sounds like a Channel Awesome bit. Hey, maybe we can sign up for them. I hear there's a few slots open.
You know what, Levi? 8 years ago, I would have jumped on that. Yeah. Glad that's over. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, shit. Then the Dark Cloud, Chrono Trigger, Silent Hill 2.
Dark Cloud, Chrono Trigger, Silent Hill 2. Dark Cloud, Chrono Trigger, Silent Hill 2. And at that point, we're pretty much up to where we are right now. Yeah, Jack and Daxter.
Sorry, Jack and Daxter, which I don't think we want to go into much because we haven't even finished it yet.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the Jack and Daxter videos because we're still recording those. Kirby Superstar I wasn't even involved with,
and that still needs to be finished up too. So.
Yeah, and fuck, just like earlier this week, you uploaded Real Mist.
So let's talk about Mist for a minute.
Let's talk about Mist.
Because even though it's the latest videos, it was also the first videos that I uploaded to the channel. I've since unlisted those videos. They're still on the channel, they're just not accessible.
Okay.
But yeah, that's the game that I wanted to start this channel off with. Because I figured it's a game I know pretty well. There's a lot of stuff I could talk about it. It's pretty short, so I should be able to finish it no problem. That game refuses to be recorded properly. Every single version of that game refuses to be recorded properly. Even Real Mist that you watch on here, you're going to notice video stuttering at several points in which the frame rate drops a whole lot. That wasn't happening in the game. That's because it refuses to be recorded properly.
Mist is a very mysterious game.
I spent so much time doing informative segments that were heavily edited, that were just completely apart from it. I explained the entire concept of FMVs that I honestly want to go back and talk about again sometime in a separate video. But I just spent so much time, and it is just heartbreaking spending all of that time on it and getting 2 views, 1 view, no view on stuff that I spent like 7-8 hours on for a 20-minute video. Of course, now that we have these videos that are just like, we literally spent like 20 minutes recording and then 30 minutes editing and then an hour encoding. It's not so bad. I only seen like 2-3 views on some of these.
Yeah. Because
I know that number's only going to go up, but those missed views, just with the rate they were being uploaded once every 3 months, that's just death of a channel.
Yeah.
Which is why we switched the format and why I helped bring you on, to help commentary, and to just also have you had some games.
That's a good way to bring it all around then, to kind of wrap that whole thing up.
Very circular.
Yeah. But Myst is the game I was talking about with Seventh Guest, where I watched that game a lot when I was younger, and I do talk about that in the videos, but they're still being uploaded as we're recording this. But yeah, so that's everything we've done over the past year. Essentially, basically, this whole past year has been just us figuring out how to fucking do this. Specifically, me figuring out how to do this.
And this is, besides being in the military, this has probably been the busiest year of my life.
I would say I was there. But that's a good thing. So
Because I've since started working a full-time job on top of recording and editing and such.
yeah.
And running a free company of Final Fantasy 14. And remember, Genova server, Oktoberfest.
Yeah, go play Final Fantasy 14, guys. Anyway.
You don't have to worry about it. I'll get Mysterious Third Man to play it.
Oh, yeah, Ernest. Right. But anyway, yeah, so what do you want to talk about for this upcoming year? What are your plans?
Sequel year.
Sequel year.
2019 is a sequel to 2018, so look forward to a bunch of sequels of games that we played already.
Do we want to tease any of those right now?
I mean, I already did at the end of Real Mist, so...
Oh. Yeah, it's true. Do we want to tease any more?
There are some unique styles of videos that we did the past year that I want to revisit with other games, basically.
Okay.
So, we'll be doing that.
Yeah, that's...
And
Do I have any big plans for things this year?
And also, I realize that a lot of these games are older. I hope to rectify that at some point in the later half of this year.
Yeah. We've been talking about that. We've been talking about doing things with...
But also a big part of why we do so many older games is because it's the type of game I like. Like, I feel like a bunch of modern games have just taken stuff too far away from the things that I liked about video games, which is why we focus so much more, because it's the type of game I like. And the issue is that I don't think that modern games are necessarily bad. I think on the most part, they're more boring than anything, and to me, the absolute worst thing any piece of media can be is boring.
I'm going to agree with just about everything you just said. I can't really think of anything that I personally disagree with on that. I will say that, we do plan to do some more modern games this year. What system it's on? Probably PlayStation 4.
It'll be a mystery.
Let's be honest, we're not going to do any fucking Xbox One games.
Look into history.
Anyway. But yeah, but we're not going to just be doing any random fucking games. We're going to be doing the modern games that like we already want to play. Mm-hmm. So we're not going to be doing any like Assassin's Creed or anything like that, because the thing with a game like that is that it's really long and there's a lot of other stuff to do.
It's a big commitment.
And a lot of these games we're playing, like Chrono Trigger was pretty long. But that game was like, what, 15, 20 hours? Something like that?
About... somewhere around there, yeah.
Yeah. We just cannot do a fucking 100-hour game on this channel. Maybe if we get into streaming, I don't know. But that's not even something we've talked about, and I literally just pulled out of my ass right now, so pretend I didn't.
Maybe there could be streaming some point in the future.
I mean, let's be perfectly honest. The game that I have wanted to do the most for this channel is Persona 5. And there's no way we're going to do Persona 5 because it is a 100-hour game.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's one other game that you've been wanting to do for a while now, but since it's a PS1 game, we've had trouble getting it to run.
There are 2 PS1 games I've been wanting to do. One of them I don't even know if I've mentioned on the show, but the other one is Gex 3, and I still... back in the Banjo-Kazooie videos...
You dropped off that Gex joke.
Yes, I did. That's what I was going to say, is that back in the Banjo-Kazooie videos, I kept making the joke that I want to do Gex 3, and I wanted to make that my running gag, and I never fucking did.
That's why I didn't spend too much time dwelling on it, was because I didn't want you to make it a running joke.
You're the worst.
It's true, I am.
But yeah, we will be doing some more modern games. We will be doing the sequel year. We do have some other fun things planned, because we've got Mystery Third Man on the show now, and the Kirby Superstar, and that's just the first game he's done. He's going to be doing more with us.
I will say,
fingers crossed. I can't speak for him because he's not here right now, but fingers crossed he'll be doing that this year.
There is one 100-hour game that I'm looking at. In fact, with the time I spent on it, it's a 100-day game.
What fucking game is that?
The one I've talked about like 3-4 times now.
Oh, wait, is it Harvest Moon?
No, Final Fantasy 14.
Final Fantasy 14, you fucking people.
Genova, Oktoberfest.
Okay, so anyway.
Anyway.
You
want to talk about Gex? I want to talk about Final
I
Fantasy
don't want to
14.
fucking talk about Gex.
All right,
So-
let's move on.
Okay. Mystery Third Man. We have... I was trying to say that we've got... Ernest is going to come play games with us. So we'll do 3-player games. We'll do a lot of videos like that. And we do have some ideas for... like...
Oh, right. There was a...
Specifically, like, Mario 64. Is one we've talked about, and I don't want to get too much into that because I do want that to be a fun thing when it happens. But
it's still being workshopped.
Yeah, it's older games like that have been played to death. That like, what do we have to bring to it? You know, so we're trying to find fun things to do with that. So we're coming up with other ideas. We do have other. Not everything is going to be just like me and Levi talking about Chrono Trigger, or me and Levi talking about something, or Levi talking about something, or Levi and Ernest talking about it. We're going to have other fun little things to do. So hopefully,
and there is one specific. Potentially 40-50 video long game that we're wanting to do, all three of us. The one that you wanted to play because you haven't played it yet.
Yes, I'm very excited. That is something I do want to mention. If we want to jump back a little bit to our retrospective of with Chrono Trigger, is that in the first episode of Chrono Trigger, there's like a small little argument between you and I, where we're fighting over the controller because I seriously, up until that moment, thought that I was going to be playing through Chrono Trigger. But then Levi took the controller and was like, no, I'm going to do it. And I was actually kind of upset. But then I watched Levi go through it and I'm like, I'm glad I didn't do this because it would have taken me way longer to do. But
I didn't realize you were actually that upset.
I was a little upset.
I'm sorry.
At the time I was, but I got over it because after I watched you play, after watching you play it, I was like, dude, there is no fucking way that I would have been able to do this game. I would have fucked it all up. Levi's flying through it. It would have been twice as long if I'd done it. But this other one we're talking about, I am definitely fucking doing it. So, yeah.
It's also more of a game that you can play okay as long as you're nudged in the right direction.
Yeah. So we got some ideas. Is there anything else you want to say on that regard, or do we have any other topics we can move on to? Or are we... I don't know. This is a really informal thing here, so I have no idea.
Is.
We've had...
Let me look at the whiteboards.
We had a stack of games when we started. But
It's still right over there. It's just in that basket up there.
well, I know, but the thing is that stack of games has gotten huge, and there's so many now. Also, hopefully this year coming up, we will have more time to record, and I.
Yeah, the biggest issue with recording this stuff is been time and scheduling because I've been... there's been a very specific time frame that I've been able to record without being interrupted in the middle of it.
Yeah.
So, and unless you want to hear kid shows being in the background the entire day, the entire time we're recording, and getting takedowns from Viacom.
I could just imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically what it comes down to is we've got noisy housemates here, so we record at nighttime.
So, yeah, it's pretty much from 11 to 3 o'clock is our recording schedule, which
Yeah.
will get better later on.
Yeah. So hopefully this year that will change as well, and so that will be easier on the two of us. And our mystery third man, who this poor fucking guy we gotta call Ernest now.
There is some personal stuff involved in that I'm not quite ready right now to talk about.
I don't even know if that's something we need to talk about on the stream at all. They don't... The stream. There it is. I don't do that on purpose.
It's not a joke.
It's not a joke. I do not say...
We've had several conversations about how, Tommy, it's not a stream. You need to stop saying that.
Yeah. And I just say... Anyway. Point is that we're going to get to a point where you and I are more able to record at better times. Mm-hmm. And not only will that, I think, we'll produce better content, we'll be able to do it more often. It'll be more flexible. So, yeah.
God, I'm wondering if having daily on top of extra videos on top of that might be potential for the future, but I think my workload might be a little bit too heavy with that, so we'll just stick with this schedule for now.
We'll figure it out. We'll work on it.
Oh, I completely forgot to mention Raidu Kuzunoha. Originally, it wasn't even supposed to be that. It was supposed to be Dragon Quest VIII.
Oh, the Shin Megami Tensei, you weren't going to do that?
Yeah, originally I wasn't going to do that. I was going to do Dragon Quest VIII. I just couldn't find my coffee in time for...
It's right there.
I know, I found it
I'm
eventually.
literally looking at it.
It's right there. Yeah, peeking over the edge because I still want to do that one at some point. But I want to finish Rune and Devil Summoner first.
Damn, I kind of want to be there for Dragon Quest. I've never, ever seen a Dragon Quest game.
Yeah,
well, shit, maybe our mystery game that the three of us will do won't be that. Maybe it'll be Dragon Quest instead.
I think we'd be better off doing a mystery game.
I think you're better. We'll get Mystery Third Man to play Mystery Third Game.
We'll talk about my own personal scheduling later on outside of this.
Yeah, we'll worry about that later.
I think we've touched on just about everything we wanted to touch on with this.
I think so. Except we haven't touched on each other's dings yet. Mm-hmm. But we'll do that after the recording. They don't need to hear that. That will be going up on Pornhub. Mm-hmm. So search for LP Viathan. I wonder what would happen.
I'll be sure to tag Bowsette on it for people to find.
Oh, yeah. That way we'll know we'll get the right audience. I wonder if we would get more views on Pornhub. I bet we could upload stuff with copyrighted music in there.
Maybe.
I just got an idea.
No.
Damn. All right.
But one other thing that we mentioned briefly is potentially talk about Street Fighter 2, the movie.
Street Fighter, the movie. Oh, yes. That's right. Yeah. We've been talking about doing... Well...
Maybe. Well, that might be an experimental thing.
Yeah.
We'll do later on.
I guess we don't really need to explain it right here, right now. We'll worry about that more when it comes up. But yeah, we've got an idea for Street Fighter, the movie.
Mm-hmm. All right, and I think we need to just about call it because we're starting to get burned out and we still have more recording to do tonight.
Yeah, so.
All right. But for now, good night, everybody, and look forward to seeing you next year.
Hopefully. Hopefully you see us.
Even this video isn't going up on New Year's, it's going on like the 6th.
Whatever, man.